let me check the temp. Medium rare.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Medium Rare. I'm Beef, and I'll be your host as I quickly run through the latest and greatest happenings in the LUKSO ecosystem. None of this is financial advice, it's just my opinion. This week's beef airdrop is from my local meat distributor. Called him up, going to be picking up 16 freezer-ready, in the vacuum-sealed bags, ribeyes, as well as my brisket burger mix and a ribeye burger mix. And I mix those two together, and I get some Wagyu tallow, and I mix that in there as well, and I make some amazing smash burgers. Never heard any complaints. All right, let's get into it. Just wanted to highlight that Bianca, the head DevRel of LUKSO, has been releasing videos catered to the devs. Really clean videos, visually, aesthetically pleasing, walks them through the tools and the resources for building on LUKSO. So really great job, Bianca. Keep that up. And remember that the $1 million grant application deadline closes on June 16th. So builders, you want to build on LUKSO? You got until June 16th to get in the first round. My pitch would be, if you're a dev and you're curious about LUKSO and you're building on, say, Farcaster, yeah, sure, you can build on Farcaster, but you're going to have lots of competition. Not to say there won't be any on LUKSO, but think of it like this. You could be a small to medium fish in a huge pond, or you can be a large fish in a small pond. That pond won't forever be small, but right now you can make a name for yourself. So definitely look into that if you're interested. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Peter Zlagi. He is the team lead of Ethereum, lead dev on Geth, creator of Burnt Picks, which was launched on LUKSO. If you don't know about Burnt Picks, you need to look into that. He's been getting spicy on the timeline lately. And I quote, "My criticism is that you are so afraid of Solana that you have abandoned due process and rushed to hotfix things instead. That is my criticism." So out of context, you're kind of like, what? Why is he saying that? He has been publicly voicing his opinion lately on some of the things that are happening in the LUKSO ecosystem. So definitely go to his timeline to get more context. But the part that I kind of want to highlight is Vitalik responded on his own and said, "Okay, Peter and another account, you guys have made me kind of respond to this." And in the replies to that post, there was someone talking about email login for a wallet on Ethereum. This is where the wizard shined. Fabian stepped up and pitched LUKSO. He said, "We will be opening the universal profile extension to Ethereum soon." And then he kind of runs through some points, and I'll highlight a couple of them. It can react to anything incoming through LSP1. It can hold any arbitrary information through ERC725Y. And then it can execute anything and in batch via ERC726X. 726. I don't know if that's a typo there, but it can also be extended on LSP17. And what's really cool is they're doing all of this stuff outside of the EIP, ERC area. So that's what's cool about LUKSO is you don't have to fight an army of people with different opinions to agree on standards. So that's why we're able to build LUKSO with this universal profile at the center and build all of these cohesive components around it that leverage these LSPs. So it's really cool to see him responding to Vitalik like that. Hopefully he does say hey, we should schedule a phone call. Hopefully they do talk. Since this will be coming to Ethereum, this will be great for LUKSO because people can get a taste of what a universal profile is. The UX on Ethereum right now is not ready for mainstream adoption. And I'm not saying that as it stands right now, the universal profile is ready completely. It's not. There still are some visual things that they can do. They are 80% done with it, though, if you look at the roadmap. So it should be getting cleaned up soon. Kind of what I'm referring to is the biggest thing I think for me would be real confusing is when you long click to confirm, it shows you a bunch of the inner workings of the universal profile still. And I wonder if that's because it's still in beta, and for devs and people building, they could look at that stuff to see how it works. But the end user isn't going to need to see all that stuff. So they'll hide that, and there'll be a few other things that they'll do. And then honestly, I do think it would be ready for a new person who's never experienced blockchain to utilize it. Yeah, so it's exciting. We'll see where this goes. Definitely check out the LUKSO roadmap that they just released. It's in Notion. It's got a bunch of different stuff. They lay it all out really nice. There's mobile app development progress too. Make sure you check that out. Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about is Artisan Ally. This is a pretty cool project. It's kind of bringing crowdfunding to LUKSO. So if you're a deity holder or just you're interested in finding out more, the DApp is live now. It's got some really cool UX and it's a lot of fun, really clean. Some of the mechanisms behind it need to be explained more so that people can understand. But as soon as they come out with some content and videos about this, the gamification aspects of it, I'm sure that some people will form some pretty cool, productive fellowships. And just while we're talking about it now, there's 3 fellowships that are currently live that you can buy backer bucks for. And I'm just going to run through them. So the first one is Apex Deities Plus. Pretty much what you need to know is if you're a deity holder, you know that your NFT is black and white right now. So if you buy 5 of these Apex Deity Plus backer bucks, you will have your NFT re-rendered so that it's in color. And definitely check it out. Like Ra, I think, is the example that they show. It's really cool. Another one I want to highlight is Cubeless DAO. So this is kind of similar to Nouns DAO. If you're not familiar, the general gist of it, I believe, I'm not a holder, is that every day there is a NFT that's a noun that is auctioned off. And then the proceeds from that auction are put into the DAO holdings. And then the DAO itself can vote on investing that treasury into things that they approve and vote on. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for DAOs. I think that there's an opportunity for DAOs on LUKSO because we'll be able to have that lasting identity with our universal profiles. So yeah, I actually bought, I think, 4 of these. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the NFT. It means that you're now backing the project that will eventually launch. What that means and what kind of benefits you could receive, I don't know. But that's part of the experience with Artisan Alley is you're backing the idea, and that hopefully something down the road will be reciprocated to you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Check it out. The last thing I want to talk about is the new standards backer buck that you can now purchase. If you like new standards and you like what they're doing, this is one way to just kind of show the support for that new pod. They're really bringing the heat. They're having I think they've got weeks worth of guests lined up already. So these guys are going to keep pushing. That's, of course, Ethalorian, Alts Anonymous, Rob G. Loving the stuff that they're doing, and definitely check it out. You can find it on, I believe, all of the normal podcast sources. So yeah, check it out. All right. That's all I've got for today. Remember, none of this is financial advice. It's just your boy Beef. Till next time. Peace.